What's up, guys? We are here interviewing psychologist Sigmund Freud. So, where and when were you born, and did you ever move?
I was born in the Austrian town of Freiburg on May 6, 1856. When I was 4 years old, my family and I moved to Vienna, the town where I would live and work the remainder of my life.
So, can you give me a brief overview of yourself?
Okay, well, I developed psychoanalysis. I also developed theories on child sexuality, libido, and ego, which were some of the most influential academic concepts of the 20th century.
Fascinating. So, what exactly is your school of thought?
My school of thought is psychoanalysis, which I founded. It is a method through which an analyst unpacks unconscious conflicts based on the free associations, dreams, and fantasies of the patient.
Were you influenced by any specific case throughout your life?
Yes, the case of Anna O. She was a woman diagnosed with hysteria, and during her case, talking about her experiences seemed to be offering some relief with her symptoms. While I never actually met her, her story served as a basis for the study of hysteria, a book I co-wrote with Brewer.
So, what would you consider to be your most popular work?
I would consider the interpretation on dreams to be my most famous piece of work. This is where I began to analyze dreams in order to understand aspects of personality as they relate to pathology.
Amazing. So, how exactly do you categorize the mind?
Well, I broke the mind into three aspects. The id, which is centered around primal impulses, ego, which is concerned with the conscious moral aspects of the mind, and the superego, which is the censor for the id. And this is my prop, which explains in more detail the three aspects of the mind, the id, ego, and superego. And these are just some pictures demonstrating the three. And this is kind of what Freud demonstrated, the ego, the id, and the superego being conscious and unconscious. Unconscious is when you're asleep. So.
Amazing. So, how do these aspects relate to your dream theory?
Well, when you're awake, the impulses and desires of the id are suppressed by the superego. Through dreams, you're able to get a glimpse into your unconscious, or the id. Because your guard's down during this dream state, your unconscious has the opportunity to act out and express the hidden desires of the id.
Did you develop any other theories?
I developed the psychosexual stages, which is a central element of the psychoanalytic sexual drive theory, that human beings from birth possess an instinctual libido, sexual energy, that develops in 5 stages.
What was your defense mechanism theory about?
Well, everyone's defense mechanism operates at an unconscious level. It either helps ward off unpleasant feelings or makes good things feel better for the individual.
Okay, we have one final question for you, sir. What is a Freudian slip?
A Freudian slip is an error in speech, memory, or physical action that is interpreted as occurring due to the interference of an unconscious, subdued wish or an internal train of thought.
Amazing. Well, sir, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Today we're interviewing the brilliant Solomon Ash. So, Solomon, you have a very unique name. Could you tell us where you're originally from and a little about your childhood?
Thank you. I know, I have a very amazing name. I'm actually originally from Warsaw, Poland, but my family immigrated to this country when I was 13. We lived on the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Interesting. How did your childhood environment shape you as a psychologist?
Well, growing up as an immigrant child in New York, it was hard to feel normal. I would often copy what others at my school were doing just to feel included. This, coupled with my observations of the ways and pressures of society, influenced me to take interest in social psychology.
What exactly is social psychology?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Social psychology is a psychological perspective focusing on how the surrounding environment and interactions of an individual affect their thinking and behavior patterns.
You're a specialist, correct?
Correct.
What area of social psychology do you specialize in?
My area of specialty is impression formation and social conformity, but I believe that it is the duty of a psychologist to do work for the ultimate and overall betterment of society as a whole.
What is conformity?
Conformity is the act of following the standards set by others in order to feel normal or included.
Don't people want to be unique?
Yes, they do, but the line between cool and odd gets fuzzy when people think about unique. We want to be as unique as everybody else without being considered odd or really different from everybody else.
What do you consider your biggest success?
I would have to say I pride myself greatly in my line experiment. It was able to back up everything that I had believed about conformity for so long and make a real impact on the world of psychology. It essentially...
Could you explain your line experiment?
Why, yes, I could. The experiment showed conformity in a novel group. A subject was invited in to participate in what he thought was a visual judgments assessment with 7 others. Little did he know that he was the only subject. Essentially, the subject was asked to judge the length of a line. The 7 other people would all intentionally give the same wrong answer, and in most cases, the subject went along and gave the same wrong answer instead of sticking to his guns. And this is demonstrated by this little amazing poster I have here. Okay? It shows, this is basically what the experiment looked like. So we would give them this paper and then this paper, and we would ask them, so, is A, B, or C the same length as this line? And any smart person with normal intellectual ability would be able to say, hey, that's B. But these actors over here would all say, oh, it's C. And most of the time, this guy would be like, what? Why? And he would say, you know what? I'm just going to go along and say it's C. So, yeah. Basically, in the long run, most of the time, that guy up there, the red guy, would then, all of a sudden, turn and be one of the group. Yeah. Okay, and then here we have my log that I used to keep track of the data from the experiment. As you can see, the procedure and all the data from the different participants and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what inspired you to conduct this experiment?
I was mainly driven to disprove the theory behind Sheriff's 1935 conformity experiment.
What did it make you feel to know that you influenced the work of other psychologists, such as Stanley Milgram and Harold Kelly?
Well, in one word, wow. It makes me feel honored and blessed to be here and solidifies in my mind and heart that I've made an impact on the world of psychology. Okay, and this is a puppet I made of myself. Can you see the resemblance? Anyway, he would like to say goodbye. What do you want? What do you want? Puppy! Hey, hop up. Or not. Alright. She's jealous.
Oh, she just attacks. Dog bites.
Zam!